Today we are going to be watching Knives Out, which came out back in 2019, so it's a couple years old. I think it was a pretty big deal when it came out. It was a big enough deal for the name of the movie to stick with me, and when it started rolling back around again this December, I was like, oh yeah, I remember Knives Out. I never watched that movie, but I have been seeing it make its rounds here on YouTube. A lot of people are watching Knives Out all of a sudden, and I was like, why are we suddenly revisiting Knives Out? This is a couple years old, and it is because, I assume, the sequel to Knives Out is going to be releasing on Netflix in a couple weeks. I think it had a theatrical release, and it might have come out, I'm not sure if it was just a festival film or if it had a theatrical release, but I think it came out initially back in September or something, but it's going to be rolling out as a streaming movie on Netflix in a couple weeks here in December, and so now people are really ramped and hyped about the sequel coming to streaming, and apparently a bunch of people who weren't in on the hype back in 2019 suddenly want to be in on the hype now that the sequel is coming. I am some of those people. I want to watch the sequel. I don't know if I should. I could watch it as a reaction if you want me to, but I do want to be a part of the now crowd when it comes to the Knives Out sequel, especially because everyone just seems to be raving about how good it is. Suddenly, right now, it seems like people are raving about Knives Out even more than when it originally came out a couple years ago. Or I'm just more in tune with movie releases and stuff. That's also possible. But I am excited to officially become a member of the Knives Out community and watch it here today. I hope that I'm a fan so that I can enjoy the sequel with everyone else when it hits Netflix in a couple weeks. Actually, I think it's going to be hitting Netflix in like less than a week at this point. But anyways, if this is your first time finding me, just know that I like to pause movies. I like to digest as we go. I like to form my own theories. And if that is annoying to you, I'm just, I'm putting the warning label out now. It might not be your kind of video, but I enjoy overthinking. It is a safe place for me, okay? I enjoy dissecting things that don't matter in movies. It's happened many times because I think they matter and they end up not mattering. And then I'll completely miss what does matter and it's just a mess. But that's okay because I have fun while I do it. All I know about this movie is that it's a mystery. That's all. I think it's like a whodunit murder mystery type vibe, which is my kind of vibe. I'm very excited to dive into a movie like this. This is maybe my favorite kind of subgenre of movies. I love horror and thrillers and mysteries and whodunits because even when it's like not a whodunit movie, I'm trying to make crazy theories about like romantic comedies, like, oh, I bet he's gonna do this. It just doesn't hit the same. When a murder mystery is thrown at you and you feel like you get a pass to be able to make crazy theories and have fun with it, that's my favorite thing ever. Let's see how many times I screw up what is going on in this movie. I'm going to keep trying. My ultimate goal is to try to figure out the mystery, obviously, before it is revealed to us. I'm going to go full Scooby-Doo on this movie. Hopefully, I can get a couple things right. I don't think I've ever successfully solved a mystery in a movie. Like, I've solved little things and predicted little things here and there, but I've never full-on solved a case before it's handed to you in a movie. So, maybe this will be my first time. Maybe you'll all be laughing at me because I'm completely off. Either way, we're gonna have fun. So, let's get into Knives Out 2019. It's gonna hit us right away with the strings. It's coming in with an orchestra. I already love it. Also, that is the perfect haunted house. I mean, I'm sure it's not. I don't think this is paranormal, but you get me. It's the vibes. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, that's creepy. There are way too many faces in this house. Way too many. And it's making me realize I don't think I have any faces in my house, except for the occasional stuffed animal.
Morning, Mr. Thromby.
Mr. Thromby. He's gone. Oh my god, the shape of that door. I love unique architecture. It's so fun. And a third story. Oh, Mr. Thromby's dead.
It's Harlan's son.
Oh, the last name freaked me out. I was like, he's calling us from beyond the dead?
Hi, Will.
Would you mind coming to the house early? The police have a few more questions for everybody.
What?
He didn't slit his throat. Someone else did. You see, aren't I so good at guessing things? Me guessing it's a murder in a murder mystery movie. I really put things together.
We're ready for you now. We'd like to see you one at a time.
All right. I'll go first.
So, how you doing, kiddo?
Detective Lieutenant Elliott, and this is Trooper Wagner.
Okay, hold on. There are so many people already. Detective Lieutenant Elliott and Trooper Wagner. This is like always what half my notes are when I take notes during movies, is just names, because I'm so bad at names. But this movie is already giving me Clue vibes, like the board game. And I can already tell I'm going to be writing down a lot of names. We got Mr. Thrombey, dead. Walt is his son. Marta is the nurse. I think Jamie Lee Curtis's name is Linda. And then Richard, I don't even know who Richard is. I'm guessing Linda's husband. Are they Mr. Thrombey's sister? Is she his? We'll find out. I'm already overanalyzing. Let me just watch the movie like a normal person.
The party? Pre my dad's death? Oh, it was great.
Did anyone besides the family show face?
Fran, the housekeeper.
Writing that down. So sorry. So sorry.
Marta, Harlan's caregiver. Good girl. And Juanetta. Great Nana. Harlan's mom.
Juanetta.
Hi, Nana.
How old is she?
We have no idea.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's
your
old.
son, Ransom. Did he attend as well?
Thrombey's ancient mother. I would love it. I would love it if she was the one who did it. I'm not sure what motive she could have, but just, I feel like it's like the killer is never like an old person, like an old person. That needs to be a thing. All of like the staple slashers in the slasher genre are like young men. And then when Hollywood started getting, more progressive, then the female killers started showing up a little bit more. And then it was like, oh my gosh, a woman is the mastermind psychopath. But we don't have like a staple old person killer, do we? I guess you could argue that, Jason's mother from Friday the 13th is old, but I'm talking old.
And your son, Ransom. Did he attend as well?
Ransom is his actual name. Is that Chris Evans?
For the record, I'm speaking with Walt Thrombey, Harlan Thrombey's youngest son.
Okay.
So you run your father's publishing company?
Yeah, it's the family's publishing company. Dad trusts me to run it.
Suspicious.
My wife, Donna, she's my rock.
Jesus, Donna, you all right?
All right. We got, oh Jesus, I'm going to have to make a whole family tree over here. The list is going to get confusing. You know what I might be suspicious of Donna too? Because I feel like Walt being ahead of the publishing company and clearly profiting off of his dad's writing success, that makes a clear motive for financial gain to kill somebody. And I imagine with his dad gone, he's going to be inheriting even more than what he's already making as head of the publishing company. But I feel like Walt is just a little too obvious of a motive to be the killer. So Walt is a little obvious when it comes to motive, but his wife could have more motive because she doesn't have that emotional connection, father-son connection. Not saying that family isn't capable of murder. We see it all the time. But a father-in-law, that seems more fitting for someone who wants to kill for financial gain. Going after father-in-laws. Okay, so sorry. Like I said, it's going to take me 5 hours to get through this movie.
We're here with Jonis Thrombey, Harlan Thrombey's daughter-in-law.
Mm. Yeah, I married his son, Neil. We had one.
Oh my God, I swear to God. I swear to God. Neil? Who is Neil? We didn't even meet Neil. Neil is Thrombey's other son. So he has 2 sons and a daughter.
And then Neil passed on 15 years ago.
Oh, Neil's dead.
Pause, because who is that guy? And why are we doing all this? You solved that case with the tennis champ? You're famous.
Oh my God.
And if you think I am dumb enough to be baited into shit-talking my baby brother in front of a police detective and a state trooper...
Walt doesn't run shit because there are no TV and film rights. Let me be in charge. Let me do this, please.
They're not our books, son. They're my books. I've kept you from building something of your own. That was yours.
Is he about to fire him?
Dad, are you firing me?
No, we'll talk details tomorrow. Good boy.
Okay. Pause. First of all, I need to make a family tree now that I think I have all of the characters now. First of all, I want to say a couple things while I make this family tree. I want to say I think it's a little bit suspicious that Linda is insisting that her father killed himself. If there was any suspicion of foul play in a case within my family, I would be very eager for these PIs and detectives and troopers to get involved and want to be getting involved to try and crack the case and make sure that, there was no foul play. But the fact that she's insistent that it was not a murder is a little bit weird for a family member to be so insistent about. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm totally suspicious of her. I just think that's kind of strange that you would get defensive about that. Because if there was any suspicion of that in a family member's death for me, I'd be like, oh my God, like, yes, please, let's dig into this, But I would say right now, see, they're setting up Walt as like a big contender for suspicion. But I just think that's too obvious for movie-wise. Maybe if it was a real-life case, I'd be like, yeah, it's obviously him. But because this is a movie that I'm sure has lots of twists and turns, it's just too obvious. And honestly, with how much they're trying to double down on Walt, him being fired the night before the death, him having a lot of financial gain, him, obviously, I think if with his father's death, he would have been able to then go on and pursue those adaptations that he wants to pursue for his father's work, make a bunch of money, and they were supposed to have the "you're fired" talk the next day, and he conveniently died before that talk could happen, so he's still running the publishing house. But it's a movie, and it's too suspicious. And honestly, at first I was like, maybe it was his wife, Walt's wife, because Walt is too suspicious, and then the wife could see what's going on. She could be maybe even pressuring Walt to get under his dad's skin and push to have these adaptations made because she's the one after money. That would also not be surprising. Don't think it's Walt or his wife anymore. No. Too convenient. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with Great Grandma Juanetta. I think that was her name. I don't have subtitles available on this, so I can't see the spelling of these names. But I want to stick with Thrombey's mother being the one, just because she's so old. That would be iconic. Not that it's iconic to murder people. I'm allowed to say this, though, because it's a movie. All right. I made the little web of characters. It's kind of a family tree of sorts. And I swear to God, if they introduce another character, I'm out. I'm just kidding.
You want to talk about an argument? Hell, Ransom had an argument with him.
Ransom, that's Richard and Linda's son.
Harlan shouted the phrase,
"You tell her or I will."
Oh.
That's none of your business.
But Phyllis's office that handles your yearly allowance has been wiring tuition monies directly to you as well. You have been double-dipping Meg's tuition and stealing from me $100,000 a year for the past 4 years. You must know that this is the last money you or Meg will get from me.
That sucks for Meg. Get those pictures.
I'm sorry, this is an open and shut case of suicide. And,
what?
Quite frankly, Benny, we're getting to the point where I need to know what we're doing here.
you have a regurgitative reaction to Miss Truden.
Is Richard having an affair?
No.
Oh, shit! Was Harlan planning on cutting off Joni's allowance?
Mm-hmm.
So she bumps him off for the inheritance? Come on, no. Have you seen her Insta? She's an influencer.
No. I'm here because this morning someone dodged a very important question. Linda asked who hired me.
Oh.
Who hired you?
I do not know. Somebody suspects foul play and goes through this high chair dance of hiring me, of staying anonymous.
Well, we know that the party ended around.
The fact that we have 3 strong motives immediately makes me think none of those 3 strong motives are what is actually leading to the killer. And also, as far as who hired the PI, I think it was one of the grandchildren who suspects someone in the family. I'm thinking, so the grandchildren are Jacob, Ransom, and Meg. I feel like the most obvious would be that Meg is the one who hired the PI.
The first was when Joni heard a ka-thunk from somewhere above her in the house.
Ka-thunk.
He was fine. Go to bed.
Go to bed, Joni.
Love you.
Love you.
So she did. Walt was smoking a cigar on the porch with his son. He saw her leave and drive off. 15 minutes later, Linda's awoken for the third and final time by someone coming down the stairs. Harlan, who came down for a midnight snack. Now, sometime later that night, it was undetermined, but possibly near 3 a.m., Meg woke up because the dogs were barking outside. She used the bathroom, went back to bed.
And there is no other staircase up to Harlan's room?
None.
Oh my God, are we gonna have secret passageways in this house?
We are not breaking tradition on my birthday.
Can you just take your goddamn medicine and go to bed?
Why can't I beat you at this game?
Because I'm not playing to beat you. I'm playing to build a beautiful pattern.
That's elder abuse.
Get under a door frame. Yeah.
Such a bad loser you are. Megs Death. Just a tiny bit, okay?
Why did I wait till my mid-age to become a morphine user? What a schmuck. Is there a problem?
She mixed them up.
You gave me 100 milligrams of the good stuff. But what is the good stuff's dosage supposed to be?
Right
Probably
now,
like
okay?
10.
3 milligrams.
No, that's much less.
I'm gonna give you an emergency shot of naloxone so you don't die in 10 minutes.
Oh, well, no pressure.
He's not here, Harlan.
Okay.
I don't know why he's not here.
There's no time. You have to listen.
I'm calling the family.
Oh my God, that was the noise. They must have run an autopsy. Did they not run it yet and find that those drugs in his system?
Will you do this, Martha? This last thing? For me?
So what do you want her to do?
What do you want me to do?
And say goodbye loudly.
Walt, I'm leaving.
Call attention to the time.
God, it's midnight already.
Pull off the road before the carved elephant.
Wait, was it before or after?
Before.
After the carved elephant.
Ah!
No, he said before.
Park and come back on foot up to the house.
Wait, no.
Take the side yard path. And the only way is to climb the side trellis and come in through the...
First of all, that camera footage saw her pulling in before the elephant, so he clearly said after so that it wouldn't be on camera. So that sucks. But also, that's an important detail too, is the fact that the dogs did not bark when she came back in, which means later on in the night when the dogs do bark, it was someone was around that they didn't know. That makes no sense. Because everyone involved in the mystery is a part of the family or like a frequent, like the help of the house. So the dogs would know everyone. Why were the dogs barking?
Once you're inside, and this is the tricky part, get my robe and cap from my bedroom and put them on. Walt is smoking outside and he'll see you.
Oh.
Through the glazed window.
Dad?
Leave the way you came and don't.
Yeah, but the cameras did see her pull off. Oh my God, who? What?
Ransom? Are you back again already?
She's that old. I mean, yeah.
At some point, he knocked the board over, and Joni came up to check on us. Since his injury, I've been giving him 100 milligram IV push of Toradol.
Smart.
It's a non-narcotic analgesic.
Did you notice anything strange or off about his demeanor?
She says that stuff totally happens. Like, it's not even 3% as crazy as the stuff she's seen.
Okay, yeah, we do not know enough about Ransom. What is going on with him?
You were never anything but good to Dad. Because of that, you can count on us.
I stayed hoping to speak to you a little more. I want you to be by my side for it.
What?
My confidant.
Wait, Detective, why me?
I trust your kind heart.
Harlan, I can't.
You can. You have to.
What if she didn't mix up the meds in the way that she thought she did, like just as an oversight? What if he was talking and distracting her and purposefully had her mix them up?
You do as I say, and everything will be just fine.
He really did do that to himself? Okay. Oh my god, so there's no real murderous killer. It was her accidental mix-up, and then he slit his own throat to cover for her. Why are we putting this all together not even halfway through the movie? Like, what else is there to figure out?
That's a video there. I saved the tape from that night.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
I erased them with a
Oh, no.
magnetic degaussor.
Should be coming up now to the time when the party ended.
What happened?
I think it was that.
I got it.
It's a pleasant thing to say, isn't it?
Ooh, hurry, walk through it.
No, Marta. Stay there, Marta. No,
Right here.
no.
If you, did
All
you
right,
call me?
all right. Excuse me.
All right. Sweet beans.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Thrombey.
Not a loud noise. So the dogs bark at Ransom.
Son. Father. Did Harlan tell you he was going to cut you out of the will?
Yep.
In front of my son.
Eat shit.
If I
Eat
wasn't
shit.
practicing,
Eat shit.
I would slap that smug smile.
Definitely eat shit.
This looks like a relatively fresh break.
Oh yeah, from...
Right there.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. Where's that window?
Oh no.
Traces of dried mud. Somebody who did not want to be heard climbing those steps went to a great deal of trouble to break into Harlan Thrombey's room.
Maybe someone else climbed through that window that we don't know about.
Harlan altered his will a week before he died.
I bet he left a lot to Marta. Don't tell me he left it all to Marta. One piece of paper.
Well, yeah, not too complex at all. All my assets, both liquid and otherwise, I leave in their entirety to Marta Cabrera. My entire ownership of Blood Like Wine, I leave in its entirety to Marta Cabrera.
It was a mistake.
I don't know what to say. We're his family, so...
Ransom's just there for the show.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know why he... You guys, I'm also confused. I'm not on Twitter anymore. So DM me on Instagram, okay? I want to talk to you.
I think this could be the best thing to happen to all of you. What does he mean by that?
Okay, seriously though, what the hell?
I know you just ate a full plate of baked beans and sausage.
Oh man.
Look me in the eye and tell me what happened to my grandfather.
Just saying it, it sounds insane, but it's all true. And I think Blank's been on to me from the start.
She really told him everything.
Come this far. Let me help you go all the way.
What's going on? This isn't you. You could just turn me in right now and still get your cut of the inheritance. Why?
Because fuck my family.
I believe he thinks
I can
that.
help you get away with this.
Martha, get your ass up. What the hell is happening? There's a guy here and a bunch of stuff. Everything's going crazy. Are we rich?
What did you do?
Is that here?
Is it reporters? Oh, yeah.
Wait, so is that true?
What?
Oh,
Haven't even looked at all this yet.
We must just be local lawyers and accountants.
What
who
is
saw the
that?
News and want to get a jump on it.
Harlan gave me all your resources. So that means with my resources, I'll be able to fix it. So I guess I will find the right lawyers.
Get him.
Marta.
This is a photocopy of just the header of a blood toxicology report on Harlan. Marta, this is going to show the morphine overdose.
Someone burned down the med center? Oh my god.
I couldn't do this without you.
Hi.
Get out.
Hey.
That was the dumbest car chase of all time.
She saw someone climbing the trellis to the 3rd floor.
Mr. Drysdale.
Let's go.
Come on.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
It'll be just a few minutes.
All right, here we go. Is it Nana? Okay, her medical bag. Nana? Is that Fran?
Fran?
Is she dead? Nope, not dead.
No. Frank?
Dying.
You called me here. You sent me an email. That's why I'm here. Did you take something?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna call an ambulance.
She's been
now. You're
planted.
gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine, okay?
You did this. Don't get away with this.
Going left. Not go. Oh, Lord.
So I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Young Ransom just told Lieutenant Elliot everything.
No, he didn't.
Good. About me switching the...
Yeah.
And the disguise with...
Yes.
And the whole blackmailing.
Ransom really outed us all like that?
My morphine.
I'm so sorry I told them about your mom.
Meg, it's okay. I know where the tox report is.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
God, you're not much of a detective, are you?
You make a pretty lousy murderer.
What I'm about to say isn't gonna be easy and you're gonna be upset.
No, they
But
won't.
after what you've gone through the last few days, you deserved to hear it from me.
Oh my god, wait. He's looking, they didn't even look at the report. He's looking at the report right now. Don't tell me. He didn't die from an overdose. He didn't. I bet either, what the heck? Did he somehow have access to the antidote and he saved himself to flush his system for her? Did he want to die and then he slit his throat? And yeah, after she left, he took the antidote to get the toxins, the morphine out of his system. Oh, okay.
You're a pack of vultures at the feast. Knives out, beaks bloody.
Ooh, knives out.
And the case is closed.
Monk.
What? Thank you all for coming. Goodbye.
Huh?
Are you gonna tell
Nana.
me what's going on?
Yes.
It's over.
Almost.
No, what are we doing?
There's nothing to come clean
Officer
over.
Wagner.
Come on, tell me about the report.
Family out of Marta, I'm so sorry. I told them everything. I figured it was up.
Is this about what Grey Nana told you? She saw me that night. She mistook me for Ransom.
We'll get to that. In the meanwhile...
No, like I said. Okay, but we saw her. Okay, I'm still hung up on the fact that there was that one point in the night where the dogs were barking, and the only person that we've seen the dogs barking at throughout this whole movie is Ransom. But what did Ransom do? Ransom did something that night.
You can't be serious. Not a red dime or word of my work to a single one of them.
Harlan told him that I could beat him at Go.
And I asked myself, how would the topic of the will have steered around to Marta?
I'm giving it to Marta. All of it.
If you think
I've made the change to my will. It's done.
I'm warning you. So you storm out. You drive off into the night. Then on foot up towards the house.
The dog saw him and Nana saw him.
The trellis. What you need to do will take moments.
He mixed up the medicine?
Cooked in naloxone, the life-saving antidote.
Okay, wait. But if he switched... I said I wasn't going to pause again. Oh well. If he switched the meds, if he switched the meds within the bottles, and she, by coincidence that night, used the wrong medicine, she didn't actually even use the wrong medicine. That wasn't morphine that she injected into him, right? So then he slit his throat for no reason?
I accidentally switched them back, so I gave Harlan...
The correct doses.
Mm-hmm.
And Harlan was...
I'm sorry, Marta, but yes. When Great Nana spotted you climbing down the trellis, she said...
Ransom, are you back again already?
Again?
Are you back again?
Why did I not pick up on that?
Earlier that night, she did not know what you were doing, but she knew you were up to no good. She gets a copy of the toxicology report.
So why did you send it to me?
She didn't. She sent it to Ransom.
What? Oh.
Marta's confession. He now realizes that Marta has committed no crime. You decide you are in.
I knew you were guilty as shit, and now you're gonna pay for it. Don't come near
me. Oh my God.
I'm warning you.
She wasn't talking about me. She said,
You did this.
Hugh did this.
Oh.
Because you made the help call you Hugh.
Friend, who will confirm this very story, or something close to it, and send you.
No, is that the hospital saying Fran didn't live?
Doctor, that's great news.
She's
We'll be there soon.
She's okay.
Yeah, I killed Fran, but I guess I didn't. So what do you have on me? Nothing. What, attempted murder? With a good lawyer, which I have, I'll be out in no time. Oh! Oh! What the shit?
Ew. Also, why?
She's lying!
Fran's dead. And you just confessed to her murder.
Well, have fun in jail. Oh my god, it's a prop. You idiot, man. Psychopath. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, she never found out? Oh my god, she did get a... She does know about the affair? Is that the... Oh man.
Linda!
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that was such a cool movie because it was... I don't know. It's just different from anything I've seen before. It had its twists and turns in place like most thrillers do and most mysteries do, but like they just were never ever what I was expecting them to be. I would say the only thing I really caught on to was the dogs barking and not making Ransom suspicious. I was like, okay, Ransom, you're kind of sus because the dogs barked at him when he showed up. So that was like the only thing I really caught on to. I was not expecting for her to have not actually poisoned him. And the fact that he was completely fine and only died from slitting his own throat, like, that is crazy. And then this, I could only really pick up on the fact that Ransom was involved somehow, but the whole thing that he tried to pull off and the fact that Fran got mixed up in it too a little bit, like, did not see that at all. It was a really satisfying movie because every single loose end was tied up, every single loose end. And I personally really love, it's kind of like, I think the earliest movie I've seen, or oldest I should say, movie that I've seen that follows this formula to an extent where it's mystery throughout and then the whole like last 20 minutes or so of the movie are them explaining everything to you and how it all went down. It reminds me of Psycho and the I think it was like a psychologist explaining everything that Norman Bates had been up to and tying up all the loose ends. And that way, I personally really, really like that. It's weird because usually I'm a show and don't tell. And when in movies, things have to be explained to you in the end. I'm like, oh, I wish you could have like let us figure it out and shown us. And we did see the visuals. It wasn't just like him staring at this camera and being like, this is what happened. You know, it wasn't like that at all. It was done really well in an entertaining manner. But there's something about that explanation to the audience at the end of a mystery that just satisfies me to my core. I like being told exactly what just happened for some reason when it comes to a good mystery like this. So yeah, it was fun hearing the PI go through every little thing that he put together in the end. I'm a little sad that Nana didn't play a bigger part, and somehow I just really, that's on my mind now. I want an old lady. I want an old lady killer. Okay, now I just want to, we have a sequel, right, that's coming out soon. I just want to look up what the heck the sequel is going to be about. Like, I wonder if it's a completely different family. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. That makes me, a Knives Out mystery, that makes me think it's going to be a completely different, oh, that's cool. That makes me think it's going to be a completely different family. But what's cool is when the cast comes up, detective, the PI, Blanc, it's him again. So he's going to be in the sequel, and it's, I'm guessing, him solving a new case. And Madeline Klein, Kate Hudson, Edward Norton. This one has a big cast too. And I'm so curious now too if, because the whole thing about this Knives Out, like the whole twist was that the original murder that we thought we were trying to figure out was not actually a murder at all. But then the actual murder came in as collateral damage, kind of, from Ransom trying to frame someone else. And unfortunately, Fran was the victim in that. So that was kind of the formula of this movie, and I have to imagine the sequel can't follow that same formula. Like, I wonder if this sequel is going to be like an actual murder from the start, because I kind of want to see that, and how the formula and how the directors, writers following up the original Knives Out would handle a more classic murder mystery formula, and what kind of twists they would pull out of something like that, because they can't do like the same thing again. Okay, Famed. The IMDb synopsis is incredibly short. Oh, here we go. Famed Southern detective Benoit Blanc travels to Greece for his latest case. Okay, that tells me nothing about what the case actually is. It'll just be more surprising, I guess. So let me know what you think of Knives Out. Let me know if you're excited for the sequel. If you've watched the sequel already, let me know if you enjoyed it. If it's something that you want to see me watch on my channel, let me know and we can definitely do that. And I will see you guys next time.